Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Around the Town with Chuck. My name is Chuck Guglielmo, a weekly interview show where we talk with interesting people. And today we have a brother combination that played sports for Conneaut High School, either before or currently. That's J.J. Lauer and Nathan Lauer. Boys, thanks for coming in on your holiday.
No problem.
How was your Christmas?
It was all right.
It's pretty good.
Santa Claus bring you everything you needed?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, let's start first with JJ. JJ, of course, you're now in college, second year of college.
Yes.
What are you studying and where are you going?
I'm studying justice studies at Ashtabula right now, and I like. What do you mean where I'm going? Like.
What are you
Just
studying? I
saying-
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get my associate's degree in justice studies, and then I want to enlist in the army after I get my degree.
Oh, good. Was that your first choice?
Was what?
Was that your first choice?
Well, actually, I went to Geneva College in Pennsylvania, PA, for football first, play college ball. It was all right. I didn't really like it because I just didn't have that much time to study and all that. So I went in undeclared in Geneva, and then this is my second semester. I declared for justice studies, and I really liked that. So
Good, good. Now, if I remember correctly, when you played football for Conneaut High School, you wore uniform number 50?
yes.
50. Why 50? Did you get to choose 50 or was that chosen for you?
My original number back in back in middle school, I believe, was 57. And I don't know, it was just random. I just liked the number 50, I should say. Like, it wasn't really nothing special, I guess.
But no particular reason. You got to choose that number?
Yes.
Okay. Let's give you a little bit of break. We'll go on to Nathan here for a bit. Nathan, you played, you're a junior right now.
Yep.
And you played football and you've also currently playing basketball. Any other
Yeah.
sports?
That's it.
Okay, and JJ, I forgot to ask you, just football?
Yeah, it was just football. I did join track, but that was like for 2 days, and then I just didn't
Didn't
like
like it.
it.
Nathan, after you got done with football, talk to me a little bit about what the transition was like going from football now over to the basketball court in such a short time in between the sports.
Well, when you're playing two sports, it's kind of hard to keep it up with it all. Over the summer, I had football workouts and I had basketball workouts, so I always stayed busy. So I always stayed in shape, and it wasn't that hard. Like, basketball is still a physical sport, so I kept my physicalness through football and the basketball. So it was kind of
I bet you're
pretty easy.
tired too,
Yeah.
every single day.
Basketball. I felt that basketball conditioning was a little bit more harder than football. It got me more tired.
I'd have to agree with that.
More
More
Yeah.
drills
Yeah,
It's like
with
continuous.
basketball.
yeah.
Well,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, no, you can go ahead.
Of course, football you played for Rocco Dobrin, basketball you played for Tim Talbach, although Tim also coached football.
Yeah.
What was it like? What are some of the differences and similarities between the two?
Well, Coach Rock, he's all about family, faith, education, and football and all that. And he's a very good head coach, and I don't think I'd rather have any other head coach for the Conneaut High School team. Coach Shabaka, he gets a lot of his ideas from him, faith, family, education, and all that. So they're both pretty good head coaches, and that's pretty much it I have to say about them.
And JJ, you played all 4 years under Rocco Dobrin. Now,
Yes.
you played when the team was not good,
Yeah.
and you played when the team was good. How did it change?
Just stick to the plan. I mean, we went 0-10 like my first. No. We went 1-9 my freshman year. That wasn't really fun. But then the next year we went 0-10. You just gotta keep. It's stuck. Like, it sucks losing and all that, but you just gotta keep going. And my junior year, that's when like we went 6-4. We didn't make the playoffs or anything, but we had a winning season in like 20 years, I think it was. Oh wait, no, that was my senior year. Never mind. But yeah, it just made winning more fun, you know what I mean? Just from going like 0-10 to 6-4, you're just like, wow. Yeah.
Of course, the players are playing the game, but how much credit do you give Rocco Dobrin for turning that program
Oh,
around?
I give him all the credit for that. I mean, I can't like imagine just going through like there was just a lot of drama like the first 2 years, just getting everything to where he wanted, like coaches, like there's a little bit of coach drama, player drama, and all that, but that's everywhere. But I have to give him all the credit because he stuck with it. He stuck with me in the weight room to get me all to where I needed to be, and then I was making sure that some of my O-line buddies were out in the lifting room, and they were in the lifting room lifting where they needed to be. But yeah, I'd have to give him all the credit, Coach Rock.
Were you seeing that coming as you were going from 9th grade to 10th to 11th? Were you seeing the improvement step by step?
Not from my freshman to or sophomore year, but because we just had like a lot of injuries. But I saw it from my sophomore year to my junior year because we had fully healthy players, veterans there, and I'm just like, all right, we're gonna have a winning season this season. Either that or I'm gonna try.
Both of you are hard-nosed defensive players. Nathan, I see it on the basketball court. Of course, we cover your games. You're a tremendous rebounder and great hustle. Offensively, now the last couple games you've come around even there and have chipped in a few points. Defensively, playing basketball, what do you feel you can bring to your current team?
What I can do for me?
Yeah, defensively, what does that do for the rest of the team? Because they count on you a lot in that middle position.
Yeah. I just have to handle the big guys because we don't have a lot of size on our team. Our tallest guy is like 6'3", and there's a lot of teams out there with bigger players, and so I gotta handle that. If I handle my big guys, then they can handle their guards, and that's how we win each game.
Just do your job. Yep.
And of course, you were uniform number 24 on the basketball court. Is that a number you got to choose?
Yeah, I did.
Any reason why you chose that number?
I don't really think I liked the number 43 last year. It just didn't really suit me. So I saw number 24 and I was like, I'll try something new.
And on the football field, you were number 5.
Yeah.
Now that was a big change as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Now what happened there? How did that change to number 5?
Well,
I had to look about 4 or 5 times at the beginning of the season. Is this right? Is he really number 5 now?
yeah, my freshman and sophomore year, I was a lineman. And then moving up to my junior year, I got put into a skill position as tight end and wing. So I wanted to change to a smaller number so I could be eligible. And then I just chose number 5. It seemed like it suited me.
Obviously, you like both sports or you wouldn't be playing them, but is there one that you give an edge to that you like a little bit better?
I think I like basketball a little bit more.
Oh, no, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I don't know. It's just, I just like the idea of constantly like running, playing defense, shooting the ball. I like all those things.
JJ, 4 years of high school with the Spartans football. What would you say was your biggest highlight during those 4 years? Anything stand out for you on a personal level rather than a team level?
On a personal level, I would have to say the Brookfield game because out of all my years of playing them, my 3 years of playing them, we've never beat them. And then when we finally beat them, it was a little bit controversial, but we still beat them. And I was very happy about that, and I just consider that very, and I did have a sack that game.
Refresh my memory on the controversy. I do remember that, but I can't remember what it was.
I mean,
That was in Brookfield.
that was
Was
at
it-
Conneaut.
Oh, it was in Conneaut.
Yeah,
Why don't I recall it?
when one of their players punted the ball, it hit one of our players in the back, but I guess they reversed it to like they recovered it once it hit him but yeah, after it hit him, it took about I'm not sure, probably 10 minutes to sort it all out. We ended up getting the ball, scoring the touchdown. I think getting the lead by 3 points, and that's what pretty much won the game for us. But other than that, I was just like, wow.
And that was
That
your
really
senior
happened?
year or junior
Yeah,
year?
senior year.
Senior year. So that was really exciting. Anything else stand out? Whether it's you or the team during your 4 years?
Oh, that's a long. I'm trying to remember.
Well, you think about that. I'll go to Nathan. What about you, Nathan? Same question. This past year, I can think of one super highlight. I want to see what your highlight is for yourself during this football season.
I have to say my first interception against Titusville.
Got it. In a real exciting 1-point game. Yes, down the
Yeah.
sidelines there. How did that feel, intercepting a ball?
I didn't really think about it as it was happening. It just kind of came to me, so I was just like, oh, it's
Got
in
the
my
ball.
hands now.
Got to run.
And then I just gotta run, dodge the field.
I don't know if this is a question or not, but were you excited? Did you look and say, yeah, it is in my hand?
Yeah, no, I was just running at one point. I'm like, okay, gotta look out for other players trying to get it back for them.
Like,
Well,
it's,
not only did you intercept it, you ran it back like at least, what, 20, 25 yards?
Yeah,
or more?
about that. That's some good blocks.
Showed some pretty good speed.
I'm not the
Probably
fastest
faster than me.
What about anything else stand out? Now you're in your third year playing football. Many of the first 3 years.
Not really. No.
How about being able to do something that JJ hasn't been able to do? Play for a conference. Play in
Oh,
a
yeah.
conference.
That's exciting. We get
Uh-huh.
chances at the playoffs, even though we didn't get to go this year.
First year though, to at least share the conference, that's gotta be an
That's
amazing
exciting.
accomplishment.
I wish we had that my senior year. It would have been,
Yeah, I know.
but oh well.
You felt like you were really, because you always feel like you're playing for something, but that was just something extra special,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was it like? I think you guys clinched at Fairview, the conference championship, right? Was it
Yeah.
the Tigers game?
Yeah.
How did it feel at the moment when it sunk in, that you won the game and hey, we gonna share this conference? Or did you have to wait to see what Titusville was doing? I don't quite remember that part of it.
I think we tied it with Titusville because we had the same record, but it's still, we knew that we were gonna win it, so we felt pretty good about ourselves and how far we've came from the beginning of the season to come and win the.
A lot of people
championship.
doubted you this year too, saying that you guys were going to be like 0-10 in the conference. I'm just like, you know what? I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really surprised everybody.
6-4, 4 straight winning seasons. Now you never tasted what JJ had. JJ had those
Yeah.
2 struggling years, but 4 successful years. And for you and JJ, were you able to catch any of his games?
Yeah, I came to a couple, except for the faraway ones because I'm just like, man, gas money.
Did you catch the game that he was had the big interception?
I think I did. Like I do watch the games on Huddle too. Like I just like if I can watch them on Huddle, I'm just like, well, money. But anyway. But yeah, like I usually watch him on Huddle. I watch like how he plays, and he plays really aggressive and all that. I did see his interception too.
JJ Lauer and Nathan Lauer are my guests here on Around the Town with Chuck. JJ, when you graduated, what advice did you hand over to Nathan for football? Obviously, for basketball, you couldn't hand him over any
No.
advice, but what about football? What advice did you give him?
Just gotta keep hitting the weights. Just keep up with your grades too, and then you'll be good.
And Nathan, did you accept that advice? Or did
Yeah.
you do what most brothers do? He's just talking.
No, I've been trying to get to the weight room and get bigger and faster.
Talk to me a little bit about Game 10. I think nobody was more disappointed than you guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly thinking you were going to win the game or lose the game, but I did not see what came. 37-7 or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think happened in that particular game?
Um,
It was one of the rare times Tyson, who was an outstanding football player, quarterback, struggled.
yeah. We had issues moving the ball and getting into a rhythm, especially on our defense too. We had trouble stopping them. Some of our players got hurt, and some of them weren't feeling up to the task, all fresh and stuff. Because it was our last game. It was a long season, and me myself, like I got hit a couple times pretty hard, and near like the end of the game, I was feeling pretty like down and stuff. So once we got hit in the first quarter, like we kind of stayed down a little bit. We lost our confidence. We didn't fight back at all.
They came out ready. Like that's my opinion. They just came out just ready to play the game. I'm not saying you guys were not, but like they just came out. They wanted it more. I feel like.
But you get another opportunity at him because you're just a junior, so
Yeah.
sometimes paybacks
Yeah.
are pretty good if they come out the way you want to pay them back.
Yeah.
JJ, talk to me a little bit about discipline. In today's day, you watch the professional sports, and sometimes those players do not have the best of discipline. On a high school level, how important is it to be a well-disciplined team?
Oh, it's very important. Being a disciplined team, like that's like the outcome. Whether if that's the out, like that's a deciding outcome whether you will win or lose. If you're not disciplined, then you just won't win the game. without discipline, you need discipline with football.
And that's one thing Rocco's teams have always had was a great discipline, and it might be because of the stuff that Nathan said about faith, family, education, and football itself. I remember him always telling me that when we've had him on the show, and football came fourth of the four values.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nathan? How important, we'll ask you for basketball, how important is a well-disciplined basketball team?
Well, in basketball, you have to be pretty disciplined because you have to stay down and play defense, or else they'll drive right past you. Or when you're trying to steal a pass, you can't like just go overboard and jump and try and steal the pass, or else they'll get the ball and make you pay for it. I've done that a couple of times, and yeah, you got to be more disciplined on defense.
The last game you guys played, we covered it, was the game in Girard. I had a sense, and I talked to, after the game, our Dairy Queen player of the game was Austin Dell. And you had a good game. You were a runner-up, by the way, in that game. We sensed a feeling of that the players seemed a little frustrated in that game. I think one of the reasons maybe was the officiating, because there were some calls there that were very questionable.
Yeah.
I think the students' cheering section at Girard, I don't know, got into the head of some of the Conneaut players. Give me a feeling. Did you guys feel a little bit frustrated?
Well, I could tell like some of our players were really frustrated, as like Eric Heinen, they got into his head a bit, and because they just wouldn't leave him alone, and
Because he doesn't end up with 3 points very often.
yeah, no, they knew that he was the leading scorer, so they put someone on him the entire time, and they wouldn't take anyone off of him, and that guy got into his head, and that's why he fouled out, and he didn't contribute very much.
You guys are off to a 1-5 start. Your win came against Northeast. That was a low-scoring thriller at Garcia Gymnasium. Your next game is coming up Friday night. Now you're back playing a county team. What about the familiarity of playing a county team? Does that help?
Well, yeah, because I've played a little bit in the past, so I know what I'm going to go up against. And we scrimmaged them over the summer, so I have a good feel of what they're all about.
What's it like after you play a game, having a full week off? Do you prefer to have the full week off, or do you like playing 2-3 games in a week?
I prefer like to have like more than like some break time, but not like the full week off.
Back to you, JJ, talking about what Rocco Dobrin would say, the 4 things that are needed: family, faith, education, football. In the Lauer family, how well did your family, do you think, support your team?
Oh, they've been there ever since I've been there. They've been there since like 2011, I feel like. Yeah, and they always contribute to the Downtown Coaches Club. They always have those reverse raffles, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, reverse. Yeah, and then
Or you try to go and win some money and you can't.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, they've been there. They've been very supportive, and
Not just your parents, your grandparents too.
grandparents too. Yes, but they've contributed like money. They've just pretty much. I feel like they've been like the backbone almost. I feel like for like the hard times, like back like when you're like 0-10, like there's just like a lot of like a negativity. I feel like, but anyway.
When you were a senior, what advice, like I asked you about Nathan, but what advice did you give to the underclassmen, the 9th, 10th graders coming up?
The advice I give them is just it goes by fast, so don't waste your time on anything. If you're gonna play this game, just play it to the full amount you can possibly go to, because once you're done, you're done.
Nathan, now that you're a junior, you can start giving some of this advice out to the younger football players. What do you tell them?
The same thing, it does go by fast. I mean, I'm already going to be a senior next year for football, and that's going to be my last year. It has gone by fast.
I know, real fast.
It goes by faster once you're out.
Oh my goodness, does it ever. JJ, did you have a player you looked up to?
Player that I looked up to. I'd have to say Cole Walker, you know what, because he was just my best friend throughout high school. He's a very motivational speaker.
Not built like a football player, but was a very good football player.
Yeah. Yep, like he's just there. Like if the team was down, he'd be like, "Come on, guys, get your heads up. We gotta get through the rest of this game and all that other." Like he was funny on the football field. Like he had like that personality. Whereas to me, like I was just a silent type. Like I just like did my job, didn't like cause any trouble or anything like that. But he was always starting to pick a fight, which I thought was always funny. But
Not Cole.
yeah,
Kind of like the Sturgill type.
oh yeah.
Well, anybody else?
I mean, I never played with Alex, but I mean, I played against him.
Oh, that's right. You've been away 2 years, so I was thinking. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like he's one of my good friends. Like he's a really good football player. Like he's just like the way like I just like watch some of his highlight tapes and just the way he runs. I'm just like, holy crap, he's a bulldozer. But yeah,
Nathan, what about you? You look up to anybody on your football team and/or basketball team?
I would have to say Tyson Hunt on the football team because he was always such a great leader and he
He can
always
do it
did
all,
his job.
can't he?
Yeah, he led by example.
One game alone, I think he had a punt return, made about 3 or 4
Yeah.
touchdowns himself, tackles.
Yeah, he was a great motivational player on our team.
Were you a little bit surprised that he only made second team?
Yeah,
Not only in the
kinda.
county, but in the District 10 as well. Did that surprise you at all a little bit?
Yeah, I expected him to be like first because he was really good. He was a really good quarterback. He played well, pretty much all the game.
On the basketball floor, Nathan, again, we were talking about how you're a tremendous rebounder and your hustle is beyond unimaginable. The offense, though, has picked up a little bit your inside game there when you go to the hole. I thought you did well offensively in Girard, even though it was like 5 or 6 points.
Yeah.
Do you see it that way? Do you
Yeah,
see it
it's
coming along as
improved.
well?
Yeah, from the first games, like, we haven't scored that many points, like up to 30, 35 points, and our coach has been getting on us because we just got to finish at the rim. Like, we've had shot opportunities, we just got to finish, and we've been doing that nonstop in practice to improve.
Nothing better than practice. I can add my 2 cents. I think another reason you guys don't get out of the 30s is at that free throw line.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's something that's got to improve on. But how do you improve free throw shooting? I don't know how you work on that.
It's all mental. Like, we practice it every single day. We'd make them in practice, but sometimes we're not trying to miss them, but
Right.
we're trying to fully on make them. But it's just mental focus. You got to be there all
I
100%.
asked Tim when he was on the show about that, and he said a lot of it, it's not what I thought it was, focus or the crowd, all the noise in there. A lot of it is you're playing defense so hard, and then when you go to the free throw line, it just, you're so wrapped up in your defense that
Yeah.
you're not really thinking.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, yeah, I get excited on defense and offense, so I miss a couple.
But it's just not your team. I covered Conneaut basketball for years, and even those great teams, they just struggled at the free throw line for whatever the reason was, and I just don't know what it is. Maybe you do, JJ. You never played basketball. Why do they struggle at the free throw line? It's good for us people that never played the game. It's easy for us to talk about it, but it's
Yeah.
difficult.
It's difficult. I mean, like it's just like an easy shot. Like nobody's guarding you. You know what I mean? But like it's just all in your head. Like it's just all mentality. I feel like like you're still like in that defensive offensive mode. You're just like, all right. Like it just, I don't know. That's what I think. But
When you're shooting them facing that stage crew, what's that like, Nathan?
Oh, that's a little bit harder because like some
yeah,
distractions
stage
in the back get you all like excited. You just want to calm down
you
and
got some
shoot the
silly
free throw.
signs up there.
Is that why you guys take that end in the first half?
I think so. Yeah.
You get to pick what end you want? Is
I
that how
don't.
that works?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Like whichever side the bench is on, we're on that side, so that's what side we go to. Then it switches at halftime.
What are you looking forward to now as the basketball season rolls along here? You've only played, 6 games, and you got about, 16 more to go, so you
Yeah.
got basically a whole season left yet.
And I'm looking forward to like winning more games, putting more points up on the board, and improving my game so I'm able to score more points and improve my defensive and offensive play.
And JJ, back to football again. the 4 years you played, of course, all for Rocco Dobrin. What about the rest of his coaching staff? What can you say about them? Is it the same as what Nathan has now, or has there been some changes there?
Yeah, I think Coach Grayer moved. He was a really funny guy. A lot of players messed with him, but yeah, he was a good wide receiver coach. Aaron Joslin, yeah, I say he's like best defensive coordinator.
A little fiery,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Tim Talbot is a fiery. Matter of fact, he got a technical the other day.
He's gotten 2 in the past.
Two?
Games. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's why he had. I guess you have to sit down after you get that, right?
Yeah, and
I
he's
thought
got
we
to
were
run the
gonna have to get him
Spartan
some seatbelts because he's not used to sitting down. I mean, he's up and down that floor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say, it's been a while.
I know Lips is there this year. He wasn't there for you.
Yeah,
was
there's a
he?
bunch of coaches new this year.
Tadero, is he one of them?
Yeah, he was
Nathan?
new
Not
from
Tadero?
like last
Was he there
year.
for you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, Teddy, I liked him. He
Teddy
was-
Johnson. Now, when you
yes.
talk about fiery,
Oh,
I don't think anybody can beat him. And he's been
No.
doing that since the mid-'80s, and he played like that on the field too.
mhm.
Yeah.
So that's nothing new for Teddy Johnson.
Yeah, he was a fun guy to have me coach me. But yeah,
Mhm. What about you, Nathan, as far as basketball coaches go? Now, does Marcus have anything to do with you guys, or is it all Tim? Marcus
helps-
Paradise, the
yeah.
JV coach.
He stays on the JV most of the time, but like he still helps and talks to us, and when we're struggling, he helps us up.
Mhm. Speaking of the JV team, another player that looks like he could be pretty good. He's got some height on him. He's moved to the varsity team. Kyle Woods.
Yeah, he's a freshman this year, and he's pretty good for a freshman. Like
Mhm.
he's still got a lot of work on, but he's gonna be pretty good when he matures and gets more muscle on him.
Mm-hmm. And in addition to you improving, I see a lot of improvement with Austin Dell. And Mike Square hit a couple 3-pointers. I didn't know he could do that a couple
Yeah, I know.
games ago.
He just found some confidence
Is it
in
Michael?
himself. That's Nathan.
Nathan Square.
Yeah, he's found some confidence in his shot, so I hope he keeps on shooting and makes them.
You used a good word there, confidence. How much does that do for you, just you, when you have that confidence going right from the start of the game?
That helps me a lot because like I know I can make my shots and free throws and my layups, and it just carries me out throughout the game and gets me all riled up and ready for what's coming next.
Now, on the football field, you're out there just about every play. On the basketball floor, you're moving in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
Does that inconsistency hurt you, or is that just the way that game is because it's fast-paced action?
Yeah, it's just kind of the way it is. Like I don't mind going out because I gotta get my rest so I can be able to be fresh on defense and offense. So yeah, I wouldn't say it really hurts me.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cindy, I don't know two young boys like this that would come out during their vacation, Christmas vacation break, and talk to Chuck Guglielmo, do you?
No, I don't.
So JJ Lauer and Nathan Lauer, thanks for coming on the show. And
Yep.
good luck in college,
Yeah.
JJ. And Nathan, we'll be seeing you around, and maybe we'll get you on the post-game radio show as the Dairy Queen player of the game. I'm sure we will. If not, I'll make sure we do. Okay, that's Nathan Lauer and JJ Lauer, another edition of Around the Town with Chuck.